All right, good day, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining me on another great episode of your favorite political talk show, The Truth with Ben Jokes. It is day 8 of the End Bad Governance protest, and the people of Oyo State have vowed to come out en masse today to demonstrate their rejection of the APC's slavery treatment. Ogun and Rivers states are doing the same. Every state in the north, including areas where curfews were imposed, are witnessing protests day after day. And yesterday, Warri refinery workers fixed August 19 as the day of their own protest against harsh conditions of work. So this one has not ended. Some people have started fixing their own. ASU is in one corner talking about an imminent strike. Nigerian Labour Congress has been backing the End Bad Governance protest so much that DSS stormed their headquarters to make arrests hours ago, which is an invitation to another protest. When the center cannot hold, things definitely will fall apart. This regime is now receiving attacks from left, right, and center. The people are saying they are tired of the regime. Labour has joined them. Private sectors have risen against this regime. But the worst is that the enemies disguised as friends have risen against Tinubu from within his cabinet in Aso Rock. Only a few days ago, I spoke about imminent resignations and sacks in Tinubu's cabinet. We might begin to see it now. When greed is the motivation for wanting to be in position, bitterness, betrayal, and war are inevitable. Some of the greedy men at Aso Rock continue to expose themselves. They are also exposing the failure and ineffectiveness of Tinubu to the whole world. Before I show you this episode that left Aso Rock in total turmoil and how Nigerians reacted, let me quickly show you this pair of videos. The first video here also raised an issue with members of Aso Rock and Tinubu's cabinet. See the video.
If I wanted to put that in my own nutshell, I would say the president is the president of the country. The choices he has made to be his advisors and his administrators have failed him woefully. This is a time to make some brave moves. I would disperse and remove everything that was part of the last administration that you're still holding.
Right.
I would create an opportunity for fresh minds to come into this administration. This is the time to do it. You've got 3 years to go. Show Nigerians that you want to, you feel their pain, and you're going to do some changes. Look, change is better than doing nothing. At least you have an opportunity.
Absolutely. And
you heard that. The failure of Tinubu's cabinet is no longer a subject of debate. Everyone can see it now. There is no argument. But when you talk about changing members of the cabinet, just like the man in that interview said, you have to first ask yourself why these ones are failing, why they failed. It is because they are all greedy. They are there to satisfy their own greed. Greed is their motivation. And what is the motivation of all APC politicians? Is it not the same greed? So if you are saying he should change them, who are the people he is going to replace them with? He is still going to replace them with some other set of greedy fellows. And the result will still be a total disaster. Now, let's take a look at the second video. This one is from very early this morning in Ibadan, as protesters began to arrive for the day 8 of the End Bad Governance protest. Instead of policemen addressing the arriving protesters, this protester decided to address the policemen. See the video.
But I will not be here seeing a police officer who is going out on the basis of that is securing us, and they are not well paid. They are not well paid. All of us are struggling in this nation because some people amass so much wealth for themselves. And this protest is not for only me. It's not for only those of us that are going out. It's for all of us. It's for the betterment of Yoruba, Igbo, and Hausa. It's for the betterment of the tout, of the low class, of the middle class, and of the rich. So the so-called tout does not have any right to tell me to go away from talking about my father's land and his fatherland. The same thing that he's claiming for is the same thing. So we don't want to be violent. That is why we are here peacefully. But tomorrow we will be here by God's grace, and we hope that our security men, we have, you can see we have beautiful faces here in our security who are ready to support us, who are ready to give us that same opportunities that our leaders that are investing our money in Abuja are also benefiting from. We want freedom, we want peace. We can't continue this way. Yes. Enough is enough. Our fight. Our fight is not against anybody.
Now, that was the arrival of protesters there in Ibadan. As I speak, the crowd is beginning to gather in Port Harcourt, Ogun, and the core north too. But I decided to put up this video because of the move by that protester. And I hope that security forces will learn to stop being the architects of their own misfortune. All the politicians killing this country, from the biggest to the very last amongst them, are protected by police and soldiers. Not the rich police and the rich soldiers, the poorest amongst them. So it is still poor people who are aiding and enabling politicians. Point blank, period. Now, let us look at the enemies within Aso Rock, how they have thrown the villa into confusion this time around. Months ago, the CBN governor openly criticized Tinubu's economic advisors and their decision to always buy rice in bulk to share as palliatives. The next day, Tinubu's special advisor on the economy, Tope Fasua, went to Arise to criticize the CBN governor's policy of increasing interest rates to combat inflation. You see the confusion? Then NNPC boss Kyari told the press that subsidy had been totally removed. 2 weeks later, Minister of Finance Wale Edun released a paper detailing that the NNPC boss was lying and that, as a matter of fact, this administration was paying more subsidy than the Buhari administration did. And few hours ago, the biggest of all the controversies, the most disgraceful, happened. Tinubu and Ajuri in Ngelale played a trick on Nigerians. This trick had worked perfectly well because over 90% of Nigerians had bought into it. But a member of the cabinet who was not part of the organizing committee of the trick got angry and decided to expose Tinubu and Ajuri in Ngelale. Now, last Sunday, Tinubu addressed the End Bad Governance protest with a speech, and that speech was heavily criticized across the world. Tinubu and Ajuri in Ngelale decided to do damage control by posting a very old video on Tinubu's official page, pretending that it was a new speech that he made to address Nigerians. And many Nigerians had fallen for it. But a member of Tinubu's media who was not involved in planning that trick got on the internet and totally exposed Tinubu and Ajuri in Ngelale. Now, let's take a look at the old video that was posted as new.
Nigerians, this period may be hard on us, and there is no doubt that it's tough on us. But I urge you all to look beyond the present temporary pains and aim at the larger picture. All our good and helpful plans are in the works. More importantly, I know that they will work. Sadly, there was an unavoidable lag between subsidy removal and these plans coming fully online. However, we are swiftly closing the time gap. I plead with you, please have faith in our ability to deliver and in our concern for your well-being. We will get out of this turbulence, and due to the measures we have taken, Nigeria will be better equipped and able to take advantage of the future that awaits her.
You saw that. Now, that speech was made by Tinubu many months ago, but it addresses angry protests better than the one he read on Sunday. So they decided to re-upload it on Tinubu's official page as a new speech to pacify Nigerians, since everyone was criticizing the one he made on Sunday. And many Nigerians had fallen for the trick, calling it a new speech. But few hours after it dropped, BAYO Ononuga went to the internet and exposed Tinubu and Ajuri in Ngelale. Look at what he did. BAYO Ononuga went on X and he wrote, "Trending video of Tinubu is an old video. A trending video of Tinubu which came out on Wednesday is not a new video. It is a clip from the broadcast he made last year. Tinubu has not made any other public statement since his last broadcast on Sunday." What a shame. A video was posted on Tinubu's official page. Nigerians had accepted it as new. Some were even praising him that he tried this time around. And you went on the internet and exposed him. You know my guess? The speech on Sunday was written by BAYO Ononuga. And I said it. I said that speech clearly showed BAYO Ononuga and Dada Olusegun's handwritings. So he's now angry that his own speech has been discredited. They are posting another one because of how badly his own speech performed. So he got on the internet and he exposed them. And APC supporters were crying when they saw this post. They had no answer to this kind of mess going on in Aso Rock. Let's take some of the tweet reactions. And Bidemi, a Tinubu supporter, wrote, "Bat has not made it easy for anyone to defend his administration. Doing things 1980 style, communication-wise, and letting fake news fly will not help him. Direct interview rather than speeches will work better. Federal government bought new plane. The president directly should debunk it, not Ajuri or the others." How is he going to debunk it? You are asking him to come out and speak. The man does not want to come out and speak. He has never been that kind of person lately. So what are you talking about? And this tweet here by Charles Anazodo, who is a staunch APC supporter, says, "A video of Tinubu from his official handle is started to be an old video by his special advisor, BAYO Ononuga. How then and why was it posted there with a date stamp? Did Tinubu post it by himself mistakenly? Why is the team of Ajuri and BAYO confusing the populace?" And David here replied him. He said, "You see that Ajuri guy, eh? When it comes to lying and deception, he has no rival. He beats Lai Muhammad hands down. So eloquent in spewing lies." And Adewale Adeyemi says, "Distinguished, we are in a confused administration in Nigeria right now." And this tweet here by Iam says, "Can Dele Alake or Ajuri take over informations fully? Daddy, you are becoming too controversial and it is dangerous for the government." This one is actually talking to BAYO Ononuga here. But to be fair to BAYO Ononuga, this is the first time he's saying the truth ever since he came into office. In fact, for the past 5 years, this is the first time BAYO Ononuga is actually saying the truth. It is an old video. Although the man is angry because they didn't involve him and he got on the internet to expose them. And this tweet here says, "Honorable Minister of Information is from the north. Ajuri is from the south. Mr. BAYO is not a Lagosian. Akin was right with that video after all." Well, this one has gone tribal. He's trying to say that the enemies within are trying to jeopardize the government. And this tweet here says, "BAYO Ononuga to Ministry of Youth. Ajuri and Co. to Ministry of Women Affairs. Just fire or redeploy." And Agba Akin here says, "This is so unnecessary." And Ayanko Joe says he shouldn't still be in the cabinet by morning. Ayanko Joe is advocating for the sack of BAYO Ononuga for exposing the administration. And an obedient here, Okoli Stephen, yabbed them. He said Tinubu's Twitter handle posted a video of Tinubu addressing the protest. BAYO Ononuga just came up to say it is fake. "Dear spirit of confusion in the presidential villa, please don't stop." He was actually quoting Efes Yusuf. What a shame. Well, heavy confusion in Aso Rock because those guys are not there for the right reasons. Everybody's there working for his own pocket. So BAYO Ononuga is seeing Ajuri and Ngelale as trying to overshadow him, to get more money from the administration. So he is doing everything also to pull him down, just as Ajuri and Ngelale is working against him. This one will drop an update. The other one will come with a counter update. What a shame. In such an esteemed office, you are doing all that This is what the APC stands for. They have come to steal, to kill, and to destroy. You can imagine what this kind of thing is doing to the reputation of that office and to Nigeria as a whole. These men don't care whatever is said about Tinubu. All they care about is their own pockets. And that is why I refer to them as the enemies within. Today, it looks as if it has favored Ngelale, that it was BAYO Ononuga who went on air to expose them. But the other time, BAYO Ononuga said something, Ajuri too went on air and spoke against it. So this is what they are doing to each other because they are all there because of their own greed. CBN governor is saying something, economic advisors are saying another thing, and it is clear to Nigerians why these guys are there. And this is why the country is where it is. If Nigerians want to get it right, if we want to begin to get it right, we must start by getting the APC out of office. But until then, make I still enter town. Make I go get some ogbonge political news wey una go like. Why? Because na because of una. Now I dey here. So don't go away. Don't go.